Um, hey, welcome to the channel. My name's Stu. I got about 37 years in the industry, everything automotive, from restoration, collision, rebuilding, customizing, fabrication. So I got a lot of knowledge, and basically what I'm here for is to kind of share a lot of that knowledge, do a lot of quick pro on, we're not going to go through Body Shop 101, okay? I'm going to take that 37 years of knowledge and I kind of want to throw it at you and help you out. The other thing is really my main purpose is the guys out there, or females, or folks out there, let's say it that way. The folks out there looking to make their car look prettier, get rid of the rust, stuff like that. I don't want you to feel like you have to go to a shop and be charged $100,000. So if they're out there, they do great work, but not everybody can afford it. So I'm here for those people that want to take on a project, father and son, father and daughter, whatever, mother and son. Hey, everybody can do this. So I'm here to kind of show you a quick pro method to getting it done. I want to pay attention to a lot of detail, but I also want to make it easy for you and maybe a little fun. So what we're going to kind of start doing is a little shop tour, and then I'll go into a little more background on me, and we'll go from there. But basically right now we're standing in what should be my clean room. So I paint here. I got a bunch of parts on the side ready to wet sand and get into the next primer or paint. But basically, yeah, we're staring behind me, one of my projects, 67 Camaro. Just got done locked down the poly on it. But in the future, we're going to go through kind of the system, the 1, 2, 3, and the stages. But I also want you to not feel overwhelmed, so we're going to set small goals, make some cool videos, and get it rolling. All right, let's take a little tour around the shop. This shop is my clean room, so to say. It's where I do the painting, a lot of wet sanding prep, wet sanding and buffing. But currently, I'm without booth, so that's actually rolled up and sitting on the floor. But we're having one built, so we're doing a little dirty work in here right now. So I've got a 67 Camaro that we're blocking down some poly, getting it ready for 2K. A couple of spots I don't like that we could go over real quick in another video upcoming. Over in that corner, we have a nemesis of mine, 67 Cougar XR7. That looked great. I think I showed some pictures on my Facebook. You can check that out. Yeah, I painted it. It didn't really look great, so we're gonna repaint it. But yeah, this is the clean room. Keep a minor amount of tools, a lot of paint materials. But yeah, we'll get into this building a little later when we get some projects going. So this is my dirty room. All the metal work, fab work, deconstruction, block sanding, usually a primer, body filler, everything's done over here. So kind of a little of what we got going on project-wise here. 67 Mustang, going with a pretty beefy motor. So we modified the shock towers for the headers to fit. Now we're making sure that those headers will fit as soon as we get them in. So waiting on that. We have a GTO project with way more body filler than I like to put in. I like to get the metal as straight as you can before we start doing body filler. But this one kind of started out a low buck project. So yeah, I'm thinking about something else with those fenders. Too much body filler. Oh, coming over, look at a little self project I picked up. I'm actually going to name this truck Old Yeller because of the color. Yeah. So it's a rust bucket, F100 73. So we currently have a GTO and a rotisserie in the way, but we're just going to make this a fun little bomb around town. Leave it rusty as snot. As long as my feet don't get wet, I'll be happy. So diesel wheels that came on it, but they don't currently fit, and the adapters are way too wide, so we got those off. Another fun little project I got over there, it's mine, 47 Ford. I did all the work for a gentleman. Him and his wife wanted to build it. He ended up passing away, so she turned the project over. But no one's paying me to do it right now, so it's not a priority. But I have some equipment over here. It's kind of buried by garbage or stuff. My welder's not garbage. But anyway, extra motor. That one's going to be going probably in the truck. And then this little baby right here is probably what we're going to start filming on, most of it. This is 46 Chevy truck. Customer bought it as a rat rod and wants a show truck. So it's got a good base, but we're going to reverse everything they did about the rat rod. We're going to clean the thing up. It's got some severe oil leaks. We're going to go through those, but we're going to basically disassemble this whole truck, redo it, and make it a show truck. And I want to bring you along for the ride. All right? So I'm excited about this one. I can't wait to get going on it. So stay tuned for that video set. I haven't nicknamed it yet. So, but we will we'll definitely get this in a series. So here's the little tour of the clean shop. Got a couple Camaro parts that have been blocked down with poly. Mustang parts for the Mustang next door. They're in 2K, final prime, ready to get dry blocked and wet sanded and ready for paint inside and outside. So a couple extra parts over there. As you're checking it out, don't step over my booth. It's rolled up on the floor. So yeah, and again, you mentioned this Camaro. A couple of things I want to do to it I don't like, but it's a perfect time to do it because we're just blocked down the 2K. Why don't you come over and check out this, my nemesis, let's say, my Cougar. We painted this for a gentleman in single stage metallic, which is what he wanted. A little bit of cost factor and a little bit of authentic, like the factory single stage. Don't know if you can see it, but the whole thing solvent popped, which is my fault. I do believe my compressor broke down and added a little bit of moisture into the lines. But since it's my fault, I get to redo it for free, which is so exciting. But so solvent pop, there's a couple of ways solvent pop can happen. One, if there's a contamination in the line, which mine is water coming from my awesome compressor. Number two, lack of airflow. Number three, too much airflow. So if the air flow skins off the surface of the paint prior to majority of the solvents coming out, they'll trap solvent and 2 days later they'll pop out. So you want to stay away from too much airflow. Not enough airflow, you're actually going to get the paint that floated up in the air will settle back down on the exterior of your paint, and it'll look like solvent pop, but basically it'll just look like 80 grit. So super, what do you want to say, particular. You got to really set up for painting, especially when you're doing it at home or at a buddy's garage or shop like this, which is the other reason why I'm setting up a paint booth, so that we don't have this problem anymore. Got a little dryer system going on I got to install. But yeah, right now the least amount of time I have to look at that, the happier I am. But a lot of my materials are in that cabinet, buffing materials in that cabinet, and paintable, like spray guns, the cup system are in this cabinet. Tape. This try to keep this a little cleaner, but it's not a sealed cabinet. Well, that ain't gonna happen. Anyway, so yeah, that's the clean room.
Everything needed for a one-man band.
Yeah, exactly. Everything you need for a one-man band. even when my cameraman starts helping me. So basically, that's I'm going to use this piece for a color sample for that Camaro. So basically what it is, I took a piece of metal and I kind of shaped it to match like the top, then the roll, this way. The top and then the roll of the fender. And then they also want white stripes on it. So I'll put a white stripe, the primary color, and I'll get it cleared up with sand and buffed so that the customer can actually see for himself kind of what his car's gonna look like. It's a lot easier to tell from something like this rather than a little paint chip you get at the paint store. So it's just something I do for my customers. I want them to be 100% happy with the color. But we might even make a little tiny video about, you know, how easy this was. But basically I just folded the metal, didn't have a break, just off the edge of my counter. But I did put it in epoxy so I can just wet sand that down and then start with the two colors. So I got those ready to go. Kind of wanted to wait for the booth to get built. So might be a couple videos from now. A little bit on how I opened up my shop, my current shop. I call it Old Bones Hot Rods. And that came around from a couple things. One, whenever I look at a car for somebody, a customer at a shop I was at or side work, whatever, I'd always make sure it had a good set of bones. You know, the structure's good, the frame's good, you know. Basically, yeah, the structure of the car, Okay, made sure it had a good set of bones. So pinch welds, the structure of the car is good, frame's good, mounts, anything can be fixed. But if somebody's looking for a little bit of more of a budget job, you don't want to rebuild the whole car. So you might want to start with something better. Anyways, it had a good set of bones. Next, last job I had at a shop, I was a fab guy, working on a vehicle, kind of bending over, making the panels inside the aprons, so to say, inside the engine compartment. Bending over a lot, I found out I have a back problem. And my label on that from the doctors were degenerative bone syndrome with my spine. So kind of came into old bones. I got old bones. So that's kind of how old bones started. The reason I started Old Bones Hot Rods is the shop I was working at, I had a lot of call for side work. And I guess a little bit prior to my, or post, I had one good side job. I was building a truck in the customer's garage, start to finish, paint, everything, assembly. But then I started getting more side work, and that side work multiplied. I had nowhere to do it except the customer's garage. And when 3 of my side jobs that I was spending every night of the week between, and all day Saturdays and Sundays, when that started getting super abundant, I thought probably a good time to open up the shop. So that's another reason, besides the back injury and no one will hire me, you know, whatever, I thought I'd open up a shop. So here we are today. I grew up, my old man was a owner-operator, truck driver, but he restored cars in the garage and in the barn. So I kind of grew up around it my whole life. Always loved motorcycles, but I did go to college for marketing. I wanted to get into advertising, I know, but just didn't pan out. So basically I kind of just did a little jog at a tech college in refinishing. Halfway through the semester, 3/4 of the way through the semester, I got hired from a shop, a dealership, to go through their used cars, beautify their used cars, let's say, so to say. But in the 37 years I've been in this industry, I've done shops, kind of focused mainly on collision. One of my favorite shops We did collision, and in the back we had a little separate detached building. We did restorations, and kind of, I think from the background with my dad, I just fell in love with it. So I did the painting there, but when it came down to the restoration part of it, I got involved with all of it, and that's kind of where I learned to fine tune and just the basics, but then how to fine tune my abilities. So in the meantime, I've been working for the manufacturer. I did own my own shop building bikes, customizing bikes. I did not do mechanical work. But kind of my motto has always been with my customers now is you give me a motor and trans, I'll build you a vehicle around it. Bike, car, truck, doesn't matter. So, but basically what I want to do in the knowledge I want to share is I want to show how with compared to everything else in the industry, equipment-wise, with very little money, you can make something, enter it into a show, and actually turn some heads. That's what I want you to do. Because I'll be honest with you, if I had to pay someone to do my own truck, I couldn't afford it, or my own vehicle, I couldn't afford it. So I want you to be able to make something that you're proud of. I don't want you to spend a ton of money. Each video, each process we do, I want to show the tools involved. Tools you can get anywhere. If you want to jump onto a Snap-on truck, feel free to do it. You want to go to a tool store, your local tool store, somewhere around the ocean, start with an H and a F, I don't know. Go there. But we're going to show you that the minimal amount of tools can do a lot. Okay? So that's kind of what I want to get across. I want you to make something beautiful. I want you to watch me make something beautiful with little effort. Do I want, the bead rollers and plenishing hammers instead of going to a buddy shop and doing it there? Sure, I'd love my own. But for what I want to show you, I want to show you can do it without having super expensive equipment, cabinets of tools, which I have, but we're going to go minimalist on this. And I just I wanted you to make something cool without spending a fortune. So, personal level, I don't know. I just love life. I like to keep it simple. There's a lot of gray, but I like to keep it black and white. I hate to clutter my life with confusion, too much drama. Although I think what sells videos is drama, right? Should we make drama here? So maybe we'll get into some drama videos. Anyways, but I like to keep it simple, keep it straightforward, keep it ahead. I hate lies. They always come out and they're not good for anybody really. So on a personal level, yeah, if you want the truth, ask me a question. And as far as that goes, I think I've mentioned it before, but man, I love to learn something every day. Every day. If I can get up in the morning and learn something, amazing to me. I'm happier than hell. So if you guys got something I'm doing and you think there's a better way to do it, geez, feel free to message me and tell me. Please, I'd love to learn it. If I think there's a problem with it, I've already tried it that way, hey, I'll put it on my next video. I got an insert from, I'm not gonna say who, but blah, to do it this way, that's great, but the downfall of that way is this or that. Because trust me, in 37 years, I have tried everything, okay? And I do love watching these videos of these guys with great equipment and great tooling on a fresh piece of metal, making a part for the car. I love those videos. I wish I could do that. I wish I had equipment to do that. I have the ability, just don't have the equipment or time. And plus, because some of my customers, I'm here for the working man, so they don't want to spend 100 grand. They don't mind spending 30, 40, 50, but yeah, when you start, tooling something into, from nothing to something, it gets kind of pricey. So, but I'll show you how off the edge of a bench, even an 18-inch brake, you can pick those up for 40 bucks. But I'll show you how to make any part you need out of stuff laying around, okay? But you will probably have to buy sheet metal if you're looking to fix rust. Worst case scenario, buy some aftermarket parts, or if you can find them, buy used. If you have any questions, comments, input, whatever you have, please feel free to comment below the video. Otherwise, you can get a hold of me on my socials. Facebook, it's Old Bones Hot Rods. Instagram and TikTok, all three are Old Bones Hot Rods. Feel free to click on there, check out the page, comment on anything you see, or however you want to do it. Have a good one.
You have to say bye. You've got 3 separate sections of the video where you're saying bye.
I know. You know what? I just realized that right as you were saying it, my brain went, "You've already said goodbye like 3 times, dumbass."